forum, working board meeting at 5:15 p.m. Will be roll call. You know, for Mendoza, present, Nicole McKay, present, Victoria Fine. Chelsea Jardine,
Here.
and Marie Nicole. Here. Yes, it's not Victoria Lynn. Any other guests on there? No guests on Thursday. Moving on to number 3, prayer and song. Sorry. Everybody from support people outside of this phone. Following and how we use the generation and guide us to use that for benefit of all going to Israel. We have that we continue with and that we see about. Moving on to number 4, mission. Mission. The mission is to prepare each student for college with an enhanced knowledge of their visual language, culture, leadership, and environmental stewardship. At Endazhi-Nitaawiging, the vision is to create confident leaders grounded in their true inherent identities, and to ensure that they are academically, socially, and spiritually prepared to positively change the community and the world. Moving on to 5, agenda approval. Motion to approve the agenda for the regular board meeting of July 15, 2026 as presented. I'll second. Another motion by Nicole McKay and a second by Janice Mendoza. Any discussion? We haven't met. Yeah. Yep. Not all items. Like the environmental report with me? Or the academic environment? I don't know what report. Oh, okay. So that one was emailed by Joe Thomas. I didn't get a phone. I think it was sent to me Victoria. Oh, okay. You get it? I got that. Oh, you're my name. But I don't see the. Not getting question, I don't see the summary of what to do. That was supposed to be redacted in some places. I'll see. Hey, This one was terminated by attorney. Does that mean they'll do anything? Chelsea, did you see that email from Bill Palmer? And did you know if he was gonna be here or not?
I did not get the email from Joe Plummer.
Chelsea.j.
Yeah. Am I tagged on it?
Yeah, Chelsea.j@redlakecharterschool.com. It would have been 2 days.
2 days ago?
We did.
Maybe it's in my junk mail.
Is it C. Jordan?
It's C. Jordan,
Okay.
but I don't see it in my junk mail either.
I think he might have spelled your name wrong, and I think it was the wrong email. I just sent it to c.jordan@redlakecharterschool.com.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
So because that is on motion to release the enclosed investigative summary, and that one is supposed to be the redacted one. So I'm almost wondering if it is a move on. Maybe told tonight, and I don't want to have. Let me check with this. We got 5 minutes and we'll have to start.
Hey, sorry to bug you.
He said he had a message to drive, and he's waiting for a response, and so if you're able to give that to the end. The full session, we get to the end of the meeting, and if she was. With like the information, then just able to make some. So, I mean.
So should I just give a report on what the redacted version of this one? The board, so that's what it is, like, just in the consolidation.
Right.
Because I didn't return the new list that was the healthy with that. So I could give an update on that. I just wasn't sure if it.
Okay, I just do it.
Hold on.
I said I just got done reading through it thoroughly.
And you can, just have it to the ones, and then you can take action one. And then you can give anything.
I and everything else done. Get that trophy.
No, it's actually really hard to hear you. Go grab my headphones. But I worry it's gonna my headphones tend to automatically hang up on me. So see.
Can you hear now?
Yeah, I can hear better now. That was clear.
Because I don't know how long the financial report will take and your report, I wonder if we'll hear from him by then.
Mine's not, I mean, this is all mine is. And I think not lengthy, about 5 minutes.
Unless you guys, if you guys want to do that, move everything down, or do you just want a verbal report?
Let's just move it
Move it
yeah,
down.
and just see what happens, because you might have to do that anyways if he doesn't show up. I don't get it. So, do we need a vote on it?
No, we'll vote on we're just changing it, or approving the change on the working board meeting, and then we'll vote on the change when we get here. I don't know, like to approve that. Change this to I, and then move everything else down.
No, you don't have to change the letters. You just change A will just be I. Because when you go into this board, when you go into this meeting, then we're gonna move A and then you would move to B. Then you would go on and discuss
Oh,
B.
just go on.
I mean,
Okay.
unless you want it to reflect.
I would be more comfortable just changing
Okay.
it that way,
Okay.
because if someone's listening to the recording, they'll wonder why we didn't say anything about A and went right to B. I get really anxious about
Okay.
any type of, but I don't know how you guys feel about it. Chelsea, can you hear us okay?
Yeah, I think I like but yeah, having it be without question. Like I like that thought process too.
Are there any other changes that you guys would like to see? Oh, so then we would have to move B and C as well, right?
Look at you have a couple of Cs and Ds in here already. You do?
Oh, yeah, CDC. I know, I was like, why doesn't that?
Oh,
work out?
why the letters got all
I didn't even look at
funny.
the letters, I just.
Yeah, we'd have, if we move A, we'll have to move B and C.
Oh my God, I'm lost.
Somebody will have to enable sharing too. By the way, I just tried and I'm not able to.
Oh, you know what's funny? Did we start with an A or did it go straight into B?
Yeah, we started with A.
Did I miss one?
No, that's what's gonna mess you up. Okay, so A. This is. Oh,
I separated mine.
then you go
I
to-
was freaking, I had this one over here. I was
Oh.
like, what is going on here? Okay. But if we move A, we'll have to move B and C.
Okay.
So this is motion to close, B is motion to come out, and C is motion to release.
Oh, okay, so those will have to go
All
down.
three of those have to be moved. So A would start at motion to approve financial reports.
Oh, okay, so that'll be
Mhm.
A. Okay, scribble some more.
Right?
A.
And then this would be IJK. Oh, yeah, that
Yeah.
would be, actually, it wouldn't be then, because then you would start,
Would be
A, B, and C would be at the end.
E, F, G, H, I, J, K. Yep.
So Todd would be A. And then moving forward. Right. Yes, very, very good call.
Ducks in a row now.
Okay. What time is it? It's 5:30.
Yeah.
Okay. Any further discussion? Calling for a vote. Anne Marie English Defoe,
Yes.
Nicole Pays.
Yeah.
Bianca Mendoza, yes. Chelsea Jordan,
Yes.
Victoria Finday. Motion passes 4-0. New business. A, review regular board agenda. Did that. Motion to adjourn the meeting at 5:35 PM.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second. We have a motion by Nokomis and a second by Bianca. Any discussion to adjourn the working board meeting at 5:35? We'll go into a vote. Anne Marie English Defoe,
Yes.
Nokomis Pays,
Yes.
Bianca Mendoza, yes. Chelsea Jordan,
Yes.
Victoria Finde is excused. Action passes 4-0.
I'll do the enabling.
Oh, she's gotta enable sharing. Oh, and then we gotta move into the next.
She's working on sharing option now, Todd, and
Okay,
then you're first up.
sounds good.
Are we good to go?
Yes, I can share.
Okay, then we're ready to go.
All right. Calling meeting to order at 5:36 PM for the regular board meeting. Roll call, Bianca Mendoza, present, Nokomis Pays,
Present.
Victoria Finde. Chelsea Jordan,
Here.
Anne Marie English Defoe. Here. Yes. We have Todd
Jola,
and Victoria Wind. Okay. We did the prayer and mission and vision.
Mhm.
Okay. For number 3, the prayer was read by Nokomis, was provided by Nokomis Pays. Number 4, the mission and vision were read by Bianca Mendoza during the working board meeting. We're gonna move on to number 5 for agenda approval. Motion to approve the agenda for the regular board meeting of July 15th, 2026 as presented.
Do we need to say with modifications or with changes?
Yeah, I think we should put that on there. With changes from our working board meeting to move A, B, and C to the bottom of the list. They are now going to be read as I, J, and K.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second. We have a motion by Nokomis and a second by Bianca to approve the agenda for the regular board meeting as presented. Any discussion? Any further discussion on the agenda? We'll call for a vote. Anne Marie English Defoe,
Yes.
Nokomis Pays,
Yes.
Bianca Mendoza, yes. Chelsea Jordan,
Yes.
Victoria Finde. Absent. Motion passes 4-0. We're going into number 6 for public comment. Welcome to this meeting of the school board here at Endazhi-Nitaawiging. We are extremely pleased that you have shown an interest in our school affairs by attending this meeting. The school board allows public participation at its meeting, but at the same time has the responsibility for conducting its business in an orderly fashion. We will provide the audience with an opportunity to request to speak. We request that before you speak to announce your name. Each speaker will be allowed 3 minutes unless the time limit is waived by a majority of the board members present. At a public meeting of the board, no person shall orally initiate charges or complaints against individual employees of the district or challenge instructional materials used in the district. All such charges, if presented to the board directly, shall be referred to the executive director of Endazhi-Nitaawiging for investigation and report. We would also like to remind the public that the school board is not allowed to comment on your concerns. If there are no questions, we will open the public comment section of the board. Calling for public comment. Would anyone like to make a public comment? There's no public comment. I think we're supposed to request it 3 times. Moving on to number 7, reports. We'll begin with the financial reports by business manager Todd Netsky with School Management Services.
All right, good evening, everyone. Is everybody
Mhm.
seeing my screen?
Not right now.
It was up a second ago.
Let me try again. There we go. Okay, so we're going to start with budget update as of June 30, 2026. So this reflects activity posted for fiscal year 26 as of, I believe it was roughly July 10th or so when I prepared this. So we're at that time of year where these numbers are going to change, continue like for the next 2 months for June 30, 2026. We need to go through and post receivables for our state aids and federal grants. Should come in when we're all done posting our receivables close to what we had budgeted. And then local revenues, probably not a whole lot of receivables there. So that's probably a pretty solid number. We may have some grants where we invoiced in June, but didn't actually receive the check until July. So we'll see how that shakes out. But as of now, we are at 83.8% of our revised budget. We've talked about this many times, but typically state aids, we'd be at 90% of our budget. The state holds back 10% of our aid in terms of cash, and they pay us out at the end of August, the end of September, and to the end of October. That remaining 10%, but we still do recognize that as revenue in fiscal year 26. So in terms of expenditures, we're currently at 92.4% of our budget expended, 266,000 remaining. But the summer payrolls that will be posted as of like today and the end of July, and I believe August as well, will get posted back to June as well. When is our first payroll for the new school year again? Is it August 31st or 9/15? When people start getting paid on their new contract.
Jola, can you share when the first payroll is for returning staff?
The first payroll is August 31st.
Okay, so we have 3 payrolls still to be posted. So we're likely going to go in over budget on wages and benefits. But we are under budget in other areas, so we'll see how that all offsets when we're done here. Any questions on the budget update? Okay, moving on to cash flow. So cash flow as of June 30th, we did finish negative, but we do have checks outstanding and so on. So we do have cash in the bank. As of today, we have roughly 30,000 in the bank. That's factoring in the payroll that happened today. And then we also received our state aid payments. So it's probably more like 80,000. Our state aid payment today was 51,429. So we're roughly at 80,000 cash on hand. We did pay about 30,000 in bills this week as well. So getting caught up on those. The 129,000 is still outstanding. So once that comes in, we should be in good shape. We are also caught up on like after school grant through April, May, June has all been paid. So that drawdown will happen by Friday of this week. So we're able to do those, make those payments and do those drawdowns timely now, and that should be the case going forward. We had a larger state aid payment on June 20th of $132,048. That reflected some holdback for the lease aid application that was approved. And then June 30th was kind of our typical payment of $56,000. So we had 188,000 or so in cash inflows in June. Payrolls of 72,271 and 79,768. So about 152,000 in payroll. We paid our April, May, June lease as well of 32,850. And the tribe did donate those dollars back to us, which we actually have in our cash on hand. And I don't believe the cash has been checked yet. So that is an outstanding item. Probably be cashed this week, I assume. And other payables in the month was about 102,000. So total cash outflows, 200 and I think that's 87,000 or so. And again, ending at a negative 95,144. So I feel like we are turning the corner here from a cash flow standpoint. It's still going to be tight, but we should be able to stay on top of our bills going forward. It will depend on, lease aid and American Indian Aid and how quick the state pays us those dollars for those grants that were approved late. So any questions on the cash flow update? Looking at the detailed payment register, I'll just kind of scroll through here. Let me know if anybody has questions on anything. I don't think nothing extraordinary on this check run other than the 3 lease payments. We are paying Minnesota unemployment $3,800 a month on our balance outstanding there. There was 2 checks cut in June. And we owed Zachary some consulting fees. 9,600 was paid there. Any questions on the payment register? Moving on to the balance sheet. Hopefully the last month where we have to look at negative cash of 125,312. We had payables on the books of 16,817 and payroll liabilities of 13,613. Total liabilities of 30,430. Beginning fund balance 189,034 for FY26, and kind of the cash basis net loss as of June 30th, 344,776. I think it is possible for us to end the year with a balanced budget, even though right now, from a cash standpoint, we're tracking upside down by that 344,000. And then we have a receipt register here. So this shows the revenues we collected and the posting to the ledger. Just to authorize a requirement to submit that each month as well. You can see primarily, all of it is Minnesota Department of Ed state aid payments for the month of June. 188,317. Any questions on the financial reports?
Why was there, two payments of 3,800 to Minnesota unemployment?
So we have an outstanding liability with them. And we set up a payment plan to pay them 3,800 a month. And I think, it was just timing that two of them were posted in June.
Okay, they were just, because they're posted on the same day.
Or maybe we missed the May payment and we did a catch up. I'm not 100% sure on that.
I can't remember either.
Oh, it must have been because it says invoice number June 2nd and then invoice number June 30th. Okay, I see it.
Okay. I am showing the estimated aid payments for this fiscal year. Right now they're estimated at 51,000 for the current year, semi-monthly. And we can see some catch-up payments the end of August, the end of September, and the end of October. I believe these are going to be even higher than this for the lease aid and the American Indian Ed aid that's late. Also, once we get our FY27 lease aid application and our American Indian Ed for FY27 updated, these numbers will adjust upward as well. So right now, about 155,000 showing to be received for last year. All right, any questions on the financial reports?
I don't have it.
That last report I had spoke about wasn't included in what was mailed out, just FYI.
Okay,
I just pulled that up quick because I noticed it's the 15th today, and that's when our state aid payment comes in. So I knew that report would be out there.
thank you, Todd.
You're welcome.
And then we'll move on to the academic environmental report by Executive Director Victoria Wind.
I didn't get a chance to email one of these out. Oh, no, something. I did prepare a report. Since we aren't fully into the school year yet, we don't have a whole lot of the environmental piece yet, but we do have some that I've mentioned in my report. First, I would like to take this opportunity to say miigwech to our school board for allowing me to join the team here at Endazhi-Nitaawiging Charter School. You all have shared the challenges that the school has faced, and I feel that together we can overcome these challenges and build a successful school that our students, staff, families, and community can be proud of. In the area of academics, we have ordered curriculum for the new school year, and we'll have professional development in place for returning staff. Thanks to Jola, she's amazing at that. We'll be looking into student data. Next, to be informed of the academic needs, we'll be switching to FastBridge for the assessment and progress monitoring for the students. This is a mandate from the school's authorizer. Previously, we used the STAR progress monitoring program. This program will allow for formative assessment given 3 times per year that will provide progress monitoring of student growth and areas of needed improvement. All students will be assessed at the beginning, middle, and end of the year. We are planning a kindergarten roundup and want to include Wasabeek. We will collaborate on a date for this, and we are excited to have Wasabeek join us in the building and look forward to further collaboration with them. We'll also be planning the ribbon cutting for the schoolyard grant to be held on August 25th, 2026. We will invite tribal dignitaries and state dignitaries to join and speak at this event. We will invite students that assisted in the planting in June to be a part and speak also. I've met with our maintenance staff and they are working diligently to prepare the building for Wasabeek to move in and for students to return. We're planning a media blast to showcase our teaching staff and new staff that will join our team. We have interviewed and offered teaching positions to 3 individuals. All of our teaching staff positions will be filled with these new people that come on, and we will have the budget for them as well. Hopefully, fingers crossed. As Todd had stated, we might fall short a little, but hopefully we're going to be able to stay in the black for that. For the support staff, pending the action on the proposed pay scale, letters will be sent to the returning staff. Make wish for all that you do for our students, staff, and families here at Endazhi. I'm looking forward to a great year. Make wish. Respectfully submitted.
Yes, thank you.
And I'm not sure, Jola, is it supposed to be the 26th or the 25th? I think it's the 25th.
For the ribbon cutting ceremony?
Yes.
It's the Tuesday. What is that, the 25th? Sorry, I don't have my calendar. Let me look on my phone. Yeah, it's the 25th. You're correct.
Okay, great.
Sorry, is it recorded? I apologize, it's definitely.
Yes. Did you have any questions?
Oh. And Wasabik is moving in on the 25th?
No, that's when we'll have the ribbon cutting for the school year. We don't have a specific date for them to move in yet. We're thinking the beginning of August after we're looking at doing some painting and cleaning up, and so making sure that it's ready to go when they can move in. So we just met with Naomi, and we met with her this morning, and yeah, so we kind of tossed around some dates and figure the beginning of August. That'll give them time to paint and freshen up the place and time for them to get ready to move.
I have a question. I know it's not really in the report, but do you have, because I know other staff have always expressed like concerns about kind of not knowing what's going on with the school board or any updates or anything like that. Is there a way you can inform all employees about, like, say, updates in your report? Or maybe you think it's not necessary. I don't know. Like, what are your thoughts on trying to inform the school or like the staff as a whole? You know?
Like after a board meeting, just sharing some of the updates.
Yeah, I think they would
Yeah.
actually appreciate that, or including that in like a staff meeting or something. I think they would.
Yeah. I think so. I think we talked about that earlier, carving out some time for just a brief staff meeting, and we could include some board updates on there the following Monday after the board meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's all public knowledge.
Right.
So
I know
they,
it's
yeah, and if it
yeah.
affects them, we can share that. I don't see any issue with that.
Just being the only teacher represent, trying to help out how they learn information. Maybe they're too busy to join, or.
Right.
Or like a mixture, like do they have teacher emails? Or like, what
Oh,
is
we
that
can-
other thing that they have that they communicate on?
Slack.
The platform, Jola, that we
Slack.
use? Oh, Slack
Maybe like just like a quick message on there,
after the board meeting.
more
Here's
details
some.
to come at the staff meeting. If they can make it, if they can't, then they can ask their peers.
Yeah, or like a
Just a
running.
summary.
meeting agendas too in like a Google Doc, you know? So even if they miss one meeting, or they can refer back to the staff meeting, because we had never really gotten like an online Google update, or, you know, like weekly update. My old executive director used to do that at Trek North, and it was super effective. We just knew what was happening
Ours
before the school week. She would send it out like the night before. I mean, I know that's a lot, but I think she would write it like the week before, and then have it automated to be sent out the next week. You know, and it was just really nice to. It reduced
Nice.
questions for you, I would think, and it was just open sharing of information too, if anyone else had anything to add.
Yeah, I'm sure we can do that. That's,
Mhm.
thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you for your report and for your comments. With the APAC committee has not had a meeting thus far this summer and will return to their meetings when school starts, so there will be no report from the APAC committee tonight. 8, consent agenda, motion to approve the working board minutes of June 17th, 2026, regular board minutes of June 17th, 2026, and the special board minutes of July 1st, 2026.
I'll make a motion.
I will second. We have a motion by Nokomis and a second by Bianca. Any discussion?
I checked them out earlier and didn't see anything.
Any discussion on approving the minutes for these 3 meetings? We'll go into a vote. Anne Marie English Defoe,
Yes.
Nokomis Pace,
Yeah.
Bianca Mendoza, yes. Chelsea Jordan,
Yes.
Victoria Finde is excused. She excused but absent.
Rochelle said that she was driving and she was unable to log in.
We'll mark her as excused. Motion passes 4-0. Moving on to 9, new business. New business A is motion to approve the financial reports as presented.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second. We have a motion by Nokomis and a second by Bianca to approve the financial reports as presented. Any discussion? Any discussion on the financial reports as presented? We'll go into a vote. Anne Marie English Defoe,
Yes.
Nokomis Pays,
Yes.
Bianca Mendoza, yes. Chelsea Jordan,
Yes.
Victoria Fine Day is excused. Action passes 4-0. Moving on to new business B, motion to approve the support staff pay schedule as presented. I'll motion.
Second.
We have a motion by Bianca and a second by Nokomis. Any discussion?
I was wondering, does para 1, para 2, and para 3 mean like the 1, 2, 3 on this top part? No, it's just a different level of para. Jola, are you able to kind of chime in on the difference between the para pay scale?
Yeah, the difference between 1, 2, and 3 is just that there was 3 different salaries for paras that are doing the same job. So to differentiate them, we just labeled them 1, 2, and 3.
It has nothing to do with experience or
No,
years
it
at the job.
no, it didn't.
Can I ask why this one was tabled from the last meeting?
Was it on the agenda for the last meeting? I think it was the teacher.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
think
that
it was
one
the
was the
teacher
teacher?
pay scale. Yeah.
It was the same thing that was tabled.
It was.
Do you know why? I don't remember why. Because we were going over it and they found too many deficiencies in it, so they said that they would table it so that they could put these, write these down, yeah.
Weird.
Okay.
Okay, that makes sense.
And then everyone that's on here with these pay rates, have they confirmed that they're moving forward with us into the next school year?
No, we'll reach out to the staff after if the pay scale is approved, then we would reach out to the staff, then we would inform them of the new pay or same pay rate.
So, except the ones on the bottom here, the ones up top, are those increases from the previous year or are those mostly the same too?
I believe there was an increase. Jola, what was the increase amount on the scale?
For the people that were previously here, that hasn't increased. It will increase once they they catch up to the scale. Right? So if they're below the scale, they'll increase, but if they're already making like $5 more than the scale, then they'd stay at the same pay.
No, I get that point, but I
Oh.
mean, the actual scale itself, does that increase? Has that increased from the last one that we approved?
No, it's identical. It's just I think that you guys were having a hard time like reading it, and so I just made it more able so that you could read it better, right? Like I put what everyone's making below there as well as what they would be making as a sub rate.
I believe there is an increase from the 2025 pay scale for support staff. If there was one.
We did not have a pay scale.
Okay.
Okay, that pay scale was only for the teachers.
Right. So
Okay.
that pay scale on there matches what Red Lake Public School pays their employees.
And then are these years then? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? Right.
Yeah, that would be their steps.
Wow. Gosh.
But I guess if you look at that, that's 9 months. right? Most of
9
them.
months, yeah.
I believe they were all previously, were they on a salary,
They were,
Jola?
they were all 9 month salary employees beforehand, except for two of the new ones that were hired in January. Then they were started to be paid hourly as of January.
This one is a huge jump from the last time we were reported on wages.
What they were earning?
Yeah, some of them from last year are like,
I think I remember you bringing that up at one of the meetings before. Yeah.
I think because that person was so underpaid previously and it didn't match.
not this one.
Not that one, it didn't match.
I think it
It
was
wasn't on the same scale, I guess.
justified as that it was at night. Do you recall that? And not during the day. And was this a 12-month employee? And that first one too was like, wow, that's,
They had been a contract worker for 6 months. And then they were hired on
yeah.
at 6 less than that last October. So that's like a huge jump. That's all I was.
Oh, yeah, last October. Yeah. And I think that that's why we're doing this is so that that doesn't happen any longer.
I'm glad that this is being said.
Yeah, I'm just kind of, and there's nothing that we can do to get these kind of within this other than to just wait.
Other than to just wait so that then everyone is on a fair and equal scale.
Some of these, when would that catch up
Crazy.
then at year 15?
Right?
And I'm not saying to be
Yeah,
sassy or
I
anything
think-
like that.
I think some of them are kind of out there in
Because they'll
that
kind of be
manner,
stuck there for a while then. And
right?
so then they'll be notified that this will not increase.
Right, that
They'll be
it'll
notified?
remain the same. We're not going to reduce their pay, the hourly. It'll remain the same until, like Jola had shared, it'll remain the same until it catches up to this, wherever they're at on the scale.
Okay. But all of these ones will be notified that.
Right, right.
Okay.
When we reach out to them, we will let them know that.
I just want to make sure that
That
we're
we have a-
aware in case they
we have
come
a-
to us with any
we have a
grievances.
board approved scale and this is what it looks like.
And
And we would share the scale, but not the name.
mhm.
And then is there also anything too for, so I see the hourly if they have a short-term sub. What about, since I know this kind of happens a lot with, say, like the day custodian person endures additional duties. Is that in their contract to do additional duties as assigned and be the food service person in addition to all their duties as custodian?
As opposed to like
How
additional,
yeah,
like an
yeah.
additional compensation for doing those duties?
Yeah, like I don't know if I don't know the exact wording in the hourly contracts, if it's different than the teacher ones, if it's extra duties as assigned, some contracts say it like that, but like it happens a lot where the day custodian does extra duties and is the food service person and is going getting the food, setting it up, breakfast and lunch, and then does all the stuff of her own duties too, or of their own duties.
I believe Jola and I had a discussion about that also, and we did speak about similar to what another sub in another position would have if they were doing
Mhm.
other beyond the scope of their duties. We also
Yeah.
had spoke about that, and that we'd want to compensate.
And with like less classrooms and sounds like a full staff as teachers have been hired, do you foresee that happening more this school year?
Well,
Where
we
she
would
has to
hope-
be pulled?
Well, that's not in the classroom. That's she would be, well, her regular position of the custodian
Oh,
and
for the-
covering for food service. So we wouldn't be pulling anyone we wouldn't need, hopefully, we're not gonna have to pull other staff members like paras to cover. I
Do
think
we
we
have-
might have some substitutes that
Okay.
would be available to cover classrooms.
Well, what about like subs for custodian and for the food service
We
or
do-
security?
Yeah, we do. We would have, a backup for our custodian, our day custodian.
But not for food service.
No, not for, I believe that person could cover also, or the
Victor-
other person would cover, and then that person would cover for the custodian.
Yeah, Victoria, you're correct. That one person that we know of as a sub, she's also done food service and custodial work. So you're right on that. She can do subbing for both of them.
But we don't foresee the one that we have having to do multiple positions in the same day.
If at all possible, we would try to pull in that other person that could cover. So then that person could stay in their, regular position.
Chelsea, are you suggesting that we also make a note like the paraprofessionals similar for the custodian and the food service people? So that if they have to do additional duties, is that what you're requesting?
Yeah, but I see if they have a short-term sub license, they're allowed to, and that's covered on there. And I don't think it was last year, but we didn't even have a table last year either, so it's nice to see.
Oh, one thing about that table, and I forgot to add it into my report, was that we were looking at the staff that we already have and the staff that are necessary for us to have. And we were going to not return a nurse or a security person. So we would not fill those positions.
So no security?
No security.
Who would be acting as security then?
Do we need a security?
I,
The elementary
from my
has-
perspective, I don't feel like our school is small, and I think if there were a need for any type of security that went to the point where we needed assistance, we could call upon the police department if it
Run over.
reached that, if it reached, if it got to that point. Otherwise, we have our behavior interventionist. I can work with kids also. If there's, we need to de-escalate a situation, I think we have staff in place. And I believe our teaching staff, from my understanding, have some of our new people and some of our existing people may have really good classroom management. So I'm not foreseeing any need for security in the building. And if it were to get to a point where things were just out of control, we would want to do some type of intervention so that we could make sure that everyone is safe.
And then didn't they say like IT would be watching the cameras over at the government center or no?
I think they have access to the cameras and if we needed to like
Right.
look into something, but I don't think they're gonna be like,
Actively watching?
Not constantly watching. I think if there was a need to look at something on the camera, there's a couple of staff members here, myself and Jola will have access to cameras as well. But I think we could have a handle on it. I don't foresee anything that would be out of our control that would be happening. And if it was something that was beyond our control, we would look to law enforcement to help us, or call in our behavior interventionist first and follow the steps in our school handbook, get a referral. If it reaches a point where they're disruptive in the classroom, the teacher hopefully is going to be trying different strategies with those students in the classroom. And if that is something that we need to share with our staff, then we can have some professional development on classroom management in the beginning of the year. Otherwise, from what I'm hearing, we have some strong classroom teachers and some not so strong classroom teachers, but we also have paraprofessionals that are in the classroom as well. I'll be doing some walkthroughs with all of the classrooms except for like Wasabik. I won't be interrupting them, but being visible in the classrooms, being visible in the hallways, and Jola is also able to be in the classroom. I'm not sure, Jola, do you visit the classrooms on a regular basis? Or for teacher observations?
Yeah, I do, as much as you need me to do.
I think we're fairly covered in that aspect. Is there anything required by us? Like from the state due to our student ratio, now that we won't be having a nurse, like, or what plan is set in place for that?
So in other schools, if they don't have a nurse, they can train one of their staff members to provide assistance that a nurse would be able to do. In schools, you're so limited as to what you're able to do anyway. So Band-Aid, there's a consent form for parents to sign if they feel if their child needs a Tylenol or ibuprofen or whichever, and they can sign a consent form. But other than that, there's not a whole lot.
I think those are good changes. I just want to make sure that there's nothing required by the state.
Not required by the state. We are a small school, and as long as we have somebody that's certified in that, I think, I don't know if it's a certification or if it's just, I don't think there's a lot of preparation, just basic first aid. Yeah, and hopefully we're able to do some type of training for our staff at the beginning of the year.
Thank you.
Maybe this is getting in a little bit too deep, but is there a way to utilize the paras that are not on the pay scale to sub for a teacher without, I mean, just kind of making it part of their duties because they are so far ahead of their,
They're like very close to a teacher pay scale.
yeah, as opposed to, you know, paying an additional $40 per day. Couldn't we like utilize these people more?
Then bringing in a regular sub.
Yeah, or
Do any of the pairs have a short-term sub license?
I believe we do, right, Jola? Some of our paras do have short-term sub.
Yeah,
License.
most of them that are on the level 2 para have their short-term sub.
and they're not on the scale, but they're still getting the 40 extra dollars.
So then we would pay them an additional $40 each day that they're able to sub.
Yeah, like so their wage, if they're at around $31 equals $240 a day, right? I believe I'm not sure what we were paying our subs coming in from outside last year. Maybe Chelsea, you know that?
I don't know what we were paying this coming in. But I was also gonna suggest if the days that they do get additional, probably be nice to have like a form for them to fill, like what make, because what if they only do like a half day? Do they only get like half that amount? You know, if they were to circle all the hours that they covered for someone, you know.
Yeah, like I know last year they gave them 75 extra dollars a day.
Mm-hmm.
And if it was a half day, they got half of that.
Okay.
So when I suggested the 40, it was just a suggestion to
Yeah.
because we want them to sub because we don't have a big sub pool. So it's an incentive because they're like, why would we bother? That's what they would say last year, right? Why would they bother subbing if there's no incentive to do so?
Or could we add it to their normal job duties?
We could.
I'm just throwing that out there and maybe that's beyond my scope, but it's just kind of flabbergasted.
I think if it is additional duties, I think the $40 is not.
Incentive.
It is, especially if we are short teaching staff. We want a knowledgeable person in there who knows our students, and $40 if they're agreeable to do it for $40, you know, and they love those kids in that class, that I think they would step up and, you know, fulfill that role.
Cause what is it, the
Like the average
regular
for,
school district, I think it's just like a flat 150 a day or something to be a sub.
we paid 200 for a sub, but we rarely were able to bring a sub in from outside of the school. That was, I mean, I don't recall any days where we were able to bring a sub in, but that was our rate that we had posted, was $200 a day. So if
Yeah.
some of them are already making over $200, I mean, $40 is
I think Red Lake Public is at 240, I believe.
Is it up?
40.
Mm-hmm.
So this would put some of them over the 240. And we can share that with them also. You know.
And they're already not even on the scale.
Mhm.
I think we just have to move forward with what their rate is. It is unfortunate that it landed in that area, but the $40 is an incentive. It's almost half of what they were getting last year. So I think it's a good compromise. If it's needed, I'm hoping that with the new hires and the new school year and the new setup and structure, we'll have utilize them a little bit less. But I always encourage everybody to get their education or certifications and continue learning how to improve whatever it is that we do.
Alrighty. That's all I had to.
But I understand.
Right. Thank you. Thank you, Jola.
Oh, Chelsea, did we answer your question? I'm so sorry to go back, because we talked a lot about like the teacher stuff, but she was talking about when the custodians step up to do food service, or if the food service have to step up to do custodian, would they also receive an additional pay for the day?
Yeah, I think
Jola,
because they have the sub coming in, and that, yeah. But if that were to happen, I guess I don't know. That wasn't really answered.
I
I
didn't
guess
I didn't add that in there because if you look on the pay scale, the custodian and the food service people should make the same wage, right?
Yeah.
they're pretty close. They're about, yeah, like
Mhm.
15 cents. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that that was answered for you, Chelsea.
Hmm.
Okay. Any other discussion on the support staff pay schedule? We'll move into a vote. Anne Marie English Defoe,
Yes.
Nicole Miss Pays,
Yes.
Bianca Mendoza, yes. Chelsea Jordan,
Yes.
Victoria Finde is excused. Action passes 4-0. Moving on to new business C, motion to approve the contract for special education director services through Designs for Learning.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
We have a motion by Chelsea Jordan and a second by Nicole Miss Pays. Any discussion? Do you have any updates or comments that you want to provide to us?
Designs for Learning?
Yeah.
So this plan would be to contract a special ed director and provide the same services that we previously had with, the special ed director that was with the district. Services would be provided online, and also there would be opportunities for him to be in person at the same rate as the previous director.
Who was the previous director?
Dustin,
Oh, I can see his face right now with the Red Lake School District.
mhm,
He was at the admin building.
Did he kind of have like long hair, or not really long, but
Jola,
short?
do you recall Dustin's last name from the district?
Yeah, it's Hinkley.
And did he do in-person?
He
Services?
would come for a meeting if we requested it.
Yeah, I don't know who it was.
And now we're gonna have in-person and online?
Yeah, this person would do the same thing. Basically, they're online most of the time, but if we needed to have a meeting in person, they would come in person.
Okay, and that's how Dustin did it?
Yes.
Okay, for the same amount?
Did Dustin do like his own child find meetings with staff or like intervention meetings?
No, I was the admin on that for that.
Okay. Because that might be helpful, or getting some of the teaching staff trained on behavior intervention systems like that. If we're gonna continue with online, because it's like hard to know work with someone online, but if they were to get really trained on how to communicate with the person, it might be beneficial for our students, or would be beneficial if we knew how, I guess. I mean I know how, but like other staff might not, you know.
Would that come through him or would that come through Jola for staff development?
It says review with school staff program practices, procedures and services related to process. It sounds like that's included in there.
But is this more for special education and not just behavioral?
It's special education, and that
Yeah.
includes some behaviors also.
Like just like EBD services with some of the students, but for ones that don't have services like right now, like that's a huge process. Like the child find, but having like meetings with the staff of what issues are we seeing with students, right? What kind of interventions can we put in place right now to potentially get them services? I think that was like a hard process from what I remember, even being trained on it. It was it was hard to identify, even though we knew there were probably kids that could have really benefited from special education services. Um, just understanding that whole process and how, like I don't think I ever attended a child find meeting or behavior intervention one, which I think would be really beneficial, because even with like other staff, like understanding how these kids work in kindergarten for a second or third, right, lower elementary, and then seeing potential growth in third, fourth, and fifth, or fourth, fifth, and sixth.
I know that like we're looking at switching from the Red Lake School District to this one. Is that because he wasn't like available due to?
Right,
commitments?
he wouldn't be available this coming year.
Okay. And then, would this make designs for learning more available and would that increase costs for us?
I think the availability is in comparison to what we received from the previous special ed director. But if there are services that are needed as far as training for staff, I believe he may be able to recommend some training that maybe Jola could share with our staff or myself.
I was just thinking if he had like if they had more availability and could offer that more frequently to students who are in need, that would only benefit our students.
I haven't.
Expensive.
Yeah.
It
It is
is,
expensive,
it
yeah.
is.
But I mean, like, I think that was something that was brought up by staff and leadership before, was that behaviors were increasing and other things like that. But there was also like that need for special education services. And I want to say that there were some students that may not have been enrolled because we didn't have the capability So that's what I was thinking of. I know it's expensive, but I'm also saying it's like a good thing.
If you look at the proposal from them, it is an hourly rate. So I don't know if it's like whether they have the capability or not, but it's like the more we need them, then the more we pay them, right? So they should be available for X amount of time, as long as we're making, the invoices paid up.
Oh, no, I understand, but I'm thinking Dustin might have been limited last year, and having these guys, they might be more available, leaving us to utilize them more for our students, which would be a good thing. I understand the cost, but I'm just saying that I'm excited about that, I guess.
He does have on his list here, general education and special education teacher and paraprofessional training. But if we wanted specific training that, we could reach out to him and request that.
Is it one person or is it like a group of people?
It'll be one person.
So then is this for the 1 year or for the 2 year?
As far as I know, it's for just the next school year. Oh, it says we offer a 1 year or 2 year contract. So I guess if the school board thought the 2 year would be good, we would go for the 2 year. Or if we wanted to just see how things go,
This
we
is
could just do the 1 year.
26 and 27.
Oh, yeah. But they do offer a 2 year. So if it's.
I wonder if that locks in the rate in case it increases the following year.
And when we need to let them know by.
It doesn't say.
Yeah, I didn't see a date to,
I'm guessing.
like respond by such and such a date to receive these rates.
Offer is good through.
Right.
This coupon expires.
At midnight.
But you said this was comparable to what Dustin was charging.
Right.
Okay. Or, I mean, the school district, I guess I should. Okay, any further questions or comments on the design for learning proposal? I called it a. What do they call it?
Proposal or something.
Proposal. I couldn't read earlier. Okay. Any other questions or comments? We'll call. I guess it says approved contract and this is just the proposal. Doesn't state like when they'll start.
We didn't receive the actual contract so far. We've only received the proposal, but this would be identical to the contract.
Then I guess we should probably discuss, are we gonna request a contract for 1 year or 2 years?
I would say one, because we know they are first.
You could, in your motion, the proposed contract.
Yeah, that might be nice.
Or just change the contract wording from the proposal.
Maybe we should take contract out of there and state, motion to utilize designs for learning for the 2026-2027 school year. And then that'll authorize you to sign a contract once that's presented. Does that work?
What's that? What did you say?
Motion to
Motion,
utilize.
designs for learning for the 2026-2027 school year.
And then did we hire a special education teacher or is the director, because it says on that additional on the bottom of that temporary special education teacher. So I don't know if that'll be both or not.
On the last page, it sounds to me like they can act as, is that what you're asking?
Yeah, like we didn't hire a special education teacher, did we? Or
I think this is our,
yeah, this is the director one, but they can act as temporary special education teacher, but it says only temporary.
Was a special education teacher part of the hires that
No,
took place? Okay.
no, not yet.
Will that position be filled?
As far as I know, we will have that position filled.
So then this one's separate.
This is separate. This is for the special ed director services.
Okay. Good clarification. Thank you.
Thank you, Chelsea. Okay, we have a motion by Chelsea Jordan and a second by Nokomis Pays to utilize the special education director services through Designs for Learning for the 2026-2027 school year. Any further discussion? We'll call for a vote. Anne Marie English Defoe,
Yes.
Nokomis Pays,
Yes.
Bianca Mendoza, yes. Chelsea Jordan,
Yes.
Victoria Fine-Day is excused. Motion passes 4-0. Moving on to new business D, motion to approve the administrative license extension applications for Victoria Wind and Rochelle Johnson.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second. We have a motion by Nokomis Pays and a second by Bianca Mendoza.
So the first one is for Rochelle. She has a lapsed administrator license. And with her capacity as her role as Director of Academic Systems and Instruction, she feels it would be helpful for her to continue that licensure. And being that my license had lapsed and I currently do not hold a license for administration, I have an application for a variance.
Is the variance to allow you time to get licensed?
Yes, so once this is approved through the state, then they'll give me a variance, or it would be like a provisional licensure for 1 year and allow me time to complete my programming through the state of Minnesota. I previously held a administrator license through the state of Montana and received my master's in education leadership through the state of Montana. But Minnesota, when you come to Minnesota, they want you to take the Minnesota law, Minnesota finance. And so I need to take those courses. And then so they'll approve. North Dakota's the same way. So then after I take the classes, it would be, so their programming through Moorhead State would be 3 semesters. And then I would have the ed specialist. So I would be able to obtain the proper classes I need for the credentialing for the principal licensure and the superintendent endorsement.
And is that the year that this variance gives you enough time for you to complete those 3 semesters?
Yes, I should be able to enroll at Moorhead State University. I already have a plan of study through Moorhead State.
Is that full-time?
Yes, but it is, they're aware, so they try to make it feasible for people that are already working.
When does Rochelle's contract end?
I believe the end of January 27.
Well, then will we have a lapse in license administrator?
No, I'll have a license. as long as this gets approved through the state, I will have a license that will give me that administrator license for a year. And also Jola is a licensed administrator.
Okay, I just want to make sure that we have someone on staff that we don't lack. Okay. Any other discussion on the license, administrative license extension applicants? Then would, Vicky sign off on these?
Yes. Or you in her stead.
Um. Any further discussion? We'll call for a vote. Anne Marie English Defoe,
Yes.
Nicole Miss Pace,
Yes.
Bianca Mendoza, yes. Chelsea Jordan,
Yes.
Victoria Finde is excused. Motion passes 4-0. Moving on to new business E. Motion to change the regular board meeting to the fourth Wednesday of the month at 5:30 PM.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second. We have a motion by Nicole Miss Pays and a second by Bianca Mendoza. Any discussion?
For the fourth Wednesday?
Yeah, so this kind of goes back to like the finance committee meetings. And so that we can meet later in the month so that we have better knowledge of, like, these are all the bills for the month, this is where we're at. And then that gives us time as a school board to review those before the actual meeting in, in a perfect world.
Because they were meeting the Monday before and it wasn't giving them enough time to get everything together before the meeting. So then we would try to move it to the Wednesday before, but then the finance committee team met and we're like, that's not enough time in the month to go over everything. So I think that's a good.
Oh, okay. That was.
Any more discussion? Any more discussion to change the regular board meeting to the fourth Wednesday of the month at 5:30 PM? We'll call for a vote. Anne Marie English Defoe,
Yes.
Nicole Miss Pace,
Yes.
Bianca Mendoza, yes. Chelsea Jordan,
Yes.
Victoria Finde is excused. Motion passes 4-0. We'll move on to new business F. Motion to schedule the working board session to the fourth Wednesday of the month at 5 PM.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
We have a motion by Nicole Miss Pays and a second by Chelsea Jordan. Any discussion? I think my only thing after being on the board for a year and doing the working boards and then the regular board is 30 minutes enough time for us to complete the working board meetings.
I don't think we've
So-
ever been on time.
Yeah, because we've always gone over. And I don't know what that looks like for everyone's schedule, but like if we could move it up even 15 minutes or some, I don't know what your thoughts are, or even 4:30, I don't know. And if we end early, then we get a little break in between, but I guess the other reason why working board meetings took so long is because we never had all of the information, and more recently we had, so maybe I'm just looking into it a little too hard, but I just have concerns about our working board meetings going over
Mhm.
and would really like to stick to that 5:30. But I think we should be good. I just want to note that concern.
And
Well,
we can always
maybe,
revisit it.
like, when we do our working board, maybe we shouldn't do the prayer and stuff until after we start our regular board meeting. Like, how we do the prayer.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I
That
was
would
thinking that earlier, because then we
save us
do
some
do it
time.
twice.
Yeah.
Mhm. Which is why we took off the public comment section.
Mhm.
So I. I think that's a good idea.
So we would omit number 3 and number 4.
For the working board
Mhm.
agenda,
Yeah,
but they'd be required for the regular board meeting.
I think that would be better, yeah.
Yeah, because with this, it was like 15 minutes, right? What do you think, Chelsea?
I think, yeah, as long as you still have the mission and the vision on there, I think that's a requirement.
So we could only admit number 3?
So we have to read the mission and vision at the working board and the regular?
I feel like, yeah, I thought so, or I'm not sure how. I know it's supposed to be done at the regular board meeting for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know really requirements for a working board, if it's any different, like legally or according to the charter school contract. One of those two is. I thought it was supposed to all be read.
I would leave the mission and vision.
Well, if we just keep those ones, then do we move it up to 4:30, the Wednesday meeting? Or do you guys feel like
I think we're kind of getting caught up.
getting the hang of
Yeah,
it?
and I think we're kind of getting to the point where it isn't going to necessarily take as long. And I think we're catching some of the reoccurring mistakes too. And then Anne Marie will check it out, right?
Let me take out my handy dandy notebook. Okay. I'm fine with it staying at 5:00.
And we can always revisit as needed.
Yeah.
Okay. Any further discussion on the working board session being on the fourth Wednesday of the month at 5 p.m.? We will call for a vote. Anne Marie English Defoe,
Yes.
Nicole Mispave,
Yes.
Bianca Mendoza, yes. Chelsea Jordan,
Yes.
Victoria Fine-Day is excused. Action passes 4-0. Moving on to new business G, motion to reschedule the finance committee meeting to the third Wednesday of the month at 5 p.m. I'll motion.
Second.
We have a motion by Bianca Mendoza and a second by Nicole Mispave. Any discussion? Any discussion? We'll call for a vote. Anne Marie English Defoe,
Yes.
Nicole Mispave,
Yes.
Bianca Mendoza, yes. Chelsea Jordan,
Yes.
Victoria Fine-Day is excused. Action passes 4-0. I know, that's why I had to pause. I was like. Okay, moving on to new business H, motion to approve the insurance renewal proposal. I can get it right, by North Risk Partners as presented. Is that this one?
Oh, okay, that's the one we just have one.
Yeah,
copy of.
Oh,
that's the proposal for, that's the proposal for the insurance, and it basically, it covers the school. All of our
Did we
aspects of
motion
the school. Oh, oh.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second. Okay, talk now. Sorry to cut you off.
Mhm.
Okay. So this is the insurance plan that will cover our school, our staff, our students. So it's our basic school coverage. And the only thing really different about this proposal, it's about $1,000 increase. And we did have a reduction in staff, so there's fewer staff members that it covers. So I guess they were comparing the coverages that the tribe has on a property and this to make sure that we weren't overlapping. So we have, our, the tribes people that were looking at it, and also we met with the name is Holcomb, odd name. But anyway, we met with the company yesterday also, just we want to make sure that we're not paying for the same coverage twice. We're
So
not doubling up.
it's the same insurance company from last year, it just has some changes in it.
Is this the same insurance company?
I've never,
Right.
Jola, do you know if this is the same insurance company?
Yes, it
Oh,
is.
it must be, it says renewal. Okay.
Oh, renewal, yes, it is. But the only thing different is then the increase.
Any further discussion on the renewal proposal by North Risk Partners?
have you been with them since 2022? I don't know, it says retro date. 8/10/2022. No more discussion.
We were locked in on a good rate. Okay.
There's a Ford on here too.
A Ford?
Is that like those buses or?
Yeah, it'll cover our,
I don't have that packet in my email.
Yeah, there's only one copy.
and then they'll
Okay.
cover our drivers but the only thing is we don't have the list of drivers included on this copy, but we did send them a list of the drivers.
That's a good point, Bill. What other property were we waiting to receive back? And would that be covered? Wasn't there like a trailer and some?
Oh, I don't know. I think there was something major. Do you remember the property that we were waiting to receive? Was there a trailer in that, Chelsea? Or Jola?
Like an enclosed trailer
I think so.
or like a flat.
Back. I think
What?
you're waiting for like a lawnmower, a four-wheeler, a wood splitter, but I think we already received the trailer back.
Are those items listed?
I don't believe so.
Can we renew with, well, I guess, where are, like, do we insure them without having them present? Makes sense, doesn't it?
Or do we just take them off the list of?
Property.
Mhm.
I feel like if they're ours, we should insure them in case we never receive them back. Could we make a claim on that?
Jola, do you know that?
I actually don't, I'm sorry.
And if we had them insured previously, if this is a renewal?
Yeah.
Maybe they weren't included on the previous one.
I think if we bought it, it should have been on there, and if we don't receive them back, we should really receive a complaint. But if they weren't included, that's interesting. Yeah.
Is it like an umbrella insurance based on everything that's owned by us, or do we have to provide them with a list of items? Maybe we
An
should,
umbrella list of goods that we have within the school, like every desk, chairs, any teacher.
because wasn't that something that was brought up before, was that we didn't have an updated list of property and they were looking for invoices to prove what was ours? Should we wait on this? So is it gonna lapse if we wait?
Yeah, how long do we have on this? Doesn't say. Oh, yeah.
I believe it has to be renewed by August 1st.
August.
Yeah.
Maybe we could renew it and then we could add to it once we have an idea of more property.
Will they allow that?
Yeah,
Would-
they should.
I would think so.
Yeah, they seem like they're pretty willing to work with us.
Yeah, they'd have to add to it, right? If we were to buy something during the school year, you know.
I know, but like I'm thinking,
Something that was bought before.
Like something that was previously purchased, and what if we don't get them back? Then how do we make a claim on something that was?
Yeah, well, do we have a list of what's already on the inventory
Or
or?
in the inventory, I can look into that. Do we have property?
Who's been in contact with them?
So Rochelle had met with,
Oh, it says
Caleb
there's a
at the
waiver
tribe?
of our right to recover from others. Oh no, that's workers' comp. I was scared. Sorry.
What were you saying?
Rochelle and Caleb from the,
Mhm.
working at the tribe, they have met with the company. I joined the last few minutes just and, made an introduction. But I wasn't able to read through the whole policy yet.
See, it has a watercraft on here, and isn't that the one that we gave back to the DNR?
Yeah, I'm sure we can update it.
Oh my gosh, we have a $50,000 kidnapping expense.
Yeah, there's all kinds of wiki things on there.
And that's probably just the regular part of the, what's covered as a school.
Mhm.
Oh no, I was
Standard.
probably something that we need, but like. It's interesting, all the things you don't think of.
Right, yeah, like, well, what happened that they came up with that?
Hmm. I guess we need to move on, but it's interesting because it has in here that they cover like key replacement and lock repair. And did we utilize the insurance when we had to redo everything?
No.
It's probably some, I wonder if we could get reimbursed for that.
Be cool.
So reimbursement, when did that take place?
What did you say though? Read it again.
It says key replacement and lock repair. It says they'll pay up to 20,000. I wonder if we could get reimbursed for that.
The lock repair or replacement?
Replacement and
I
repair.
think it was a little over $1,000 that we had to pay for bonded lock.
And every little dollar counts at this point. There's a lot of stuff in here. I think, yeah, maybe we should move forward to just go ahead and renew that.
I'll check on the lock replacement.
Okay.
Thank you. Thanks.
Any further discussion?
Yeah, could I get, or could we get emailed a copy of that?
Yes, we will email a copy, and I believe Rochelle emailed a copy. I'll check.
I don't think I got that one.
I don't think I got that one either.
Okay.
It said it was going to be ready by tomorrow, but I had to look because I wanted to look through it too, but I don't see it.
Okay.
Any further discussion? And we'll call for a vote. Anne Marie English Defoe? Yes. Nicole Miss Pace?
Yeah.
Bianca Mendoza? Yes. Chelsea Jordan?
Yes.
Victoria Fine Day is excused. Action passes 4-0. Moving on to new business. Motion to go into closed session per Minnesota statute 13D.05 subdivision 3B as permitted by attorney-client privilege at 7:04 PM. All motion.
No second.
I can stop the recording.
We have a motion by Anne Marie English Defoe and a second by Nokomis Pays. Do we have any discussion?
Do you guys need my phone number to call, or do you guys have it? One of you guys has it, right?
Or we're gonna have to call you and link you in.
Mm-hmm.
Do that last time.
I think
Probably
we stopped
call her.
recording and I thought we left her on there, no?
I thought we did that somehow too. Did we call you last time?
Yeah, you guys called me on the phone. So I
Okay.
left the
Let's-
meeting.
Let's do it that way then.
Okay, and I can leave also.
Do we have any further discussion to go into this closed session? Any further discussion before we go into closed session? Calling for a vote. Oh, go ahead.
Do we have enough information without, because we were waiting for Joe, right?
I believe so.
Okay. No further discussion.
And then, she did say to, when you come out, that just change the language that you're sharing verbally. And that there's not a written, what was it, 1C? The motion to release enclosed, change the wording on that,
Oh, okay.
enclosed, because we don't have the enclosed.
Redacted.
However, you're gonna word that, and I can excuse myself and stop. the
We can just
recording.
remove enclosed and put motion to release investigative. Right? Okay. Calling for a vote. Anne Marie English Defoe,
Yes.
Nicole Pace,
Yeah.
Bianca Mendoza. Yes. Chelsea Jordan,
Yes.
Victoria Finde is excused. Motion passes 4-0. And then we will end recording and then bring you guys back later. Do you have her number?
Are you on your phone now?
Yeah, so I have to leave the meeting and then answer that. So I'll rejoin when we resume. So I gotta leave the Zoom and I'll answer.